We've all heard the hype, right? AI is supposed to be revolutionizing business. But let's be honest, for most companies, it's just not working. So, what if I told you there's a reason for that and a proven playbook to flip those odds completely in your favor? Today, we're going to break down how you can join the successful 5%. First, let's just start with a dose of reality. A recent MIT study found that a staggering 95% of AI initiatives in business fail to deliver any return on investment. I'll say that again, 95%. That's not a small number. And Liam Altley from Morningside AI, whose framework we're looking at today, he puts it even more bluntly. Despite all the buzz and all the money being thrown around, most companies are just spinning their wheels and getting absolutely nowhere. So this begs the obvious question, right? If the technology is so powerful, why is pretty much everyone failing? Is it all just a big hype bubble? Well, not exactly. The real problem, as we're about to see, is a lot closer to home. Here it is. This is the core issue. Most companies, even the really successful ones, are kind of a mess under the hood. You know what I'm talking about. Their data is scattered all over the place, their processes are inconsistent, and so many of their workflows are just based on, well, that's how we've always done it. Trying to plug the world's most advanced technology into a foundation of chaos, yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. And this internal chaos leads directly to the biggest mistake of all, the trap that almost everyone falls into. They get it completely backwards. They hear about some cool new AI tool, they get swept up in the hype, and they dive headfirst into building something without any real strategy whatsoever. But that successful 5%? They do the exact opposite. They understand the secret isn't about the technology, it's about the process. And that one fundamental shift in thinking, well, that changes everything. This slide really lays it all out, doesn't it? The 95% are chasing tech headlines, trying to copy what they see other people doing. But the 5%? They just ignore all that noise. They do the hard internal work to create order from their chaos first. The key takeaway here is so simple. Success comes from strategy, not just from plugging in the latest tech. So how do you actually do that? This is where the Morningside method comes in. It's a start-to-finish playbook for taking any business from chaos to order, and then from order to real growth. It all breaks down into 3 core phases. First, you educate. Then you identify the real juicy opportunities. And only after you've done that do you even think about development. Let's dig into each one. Phase 1 has to start at the top. You just can't transform a business if its leaders aren't all rowing in the same direction. So this phase is all about workshops to create a shared vision, making sure everyone at the leadership level understands the opportunity and, frankly, the urgency. You have to get them bought into the why long before you start talking about the what. Okay, next up is identification. And the goal here is pretty ambitious. You want to understand the client's business even better than they do. This is not a quick meeting, this is a deep dive. It means interviewing everyone from the department heads all the way to the frontline staff. And then you visually map out the company's core workflows. This step alone is incredibly valuable. Seriously, it's often the first time a company has ever seen a clear picture of how it actually operates. So now you've got this map of the business and probably dozens of potential AI opportunities. The next step is absolutely crucial: validation. You basically need 2 yeses. First, you go to the employees on the ground and get their yes, confirming that yes, this is a genuinely painful problem for them. Then, you take that to leadership and get their yes, that solving this problem aligns with the big picture strategic goals. You have to have both. All right, so you've created order, you've validated the best opportunities. Now it's time to actually get some results. And the key here is to start with what we call quick wins. So what exactly is a quick win? It's the sweet spot. It's a project that's going to have a real high impact on the business, but it's also relatively simple and low effort to actually build. This is where you get that first crucial ROI. And this is so important. You don't start with the huge multi-million-dollar moonshot project. That's a big swing. You build towards that. You always start here with the quick wins. And why is that? Because they deliver immediate ROI. And that early return, that's what builds the trust and the momentum you need for the whole transformation. And where do you find these golden opportunities? Well, you find them in the most boring parts of the business. I'm talking about automating that soul-crushing manual data entry, or generating repetitive documents, or handling all those simple, internal, let me look that up for you tasks. These simple fixes can save hundreds of hours a month and deliver a massive, immediate return. So you've got the playbook. Now let's make this super actionable for you, whether you're an entrepreneur who wants to sell these services or a business leader who wants to use them. First up, let's talk to all you aspiring entrepreneurs out there. You see that 95% of businesses are failing, and you know you can help them. But look, you can't just jump straight to being a full-on transformation partner overnight. There's a clear path to get there. It's a three-step journey. First, you start as an automation agency using no-code tools. This gets you in the door and lets you get hands-on experience delivering real value. Then, you use those early profits to hire a developer and evolve into a full AI agency, building more complex custom solutions. And finally, with all that real-world experience, you can level up to become a true AI transformation partner, selling this entire strategic playbook. Okay, now, what if you're a business owner or a leader watching this and thinking, I need this in my company? Well, you've got two clear options. Option one is the DIY route. You take this playbook, you bring it to your team, you audit just one department to start, and you find a single pilot project to prove the concept and build that internal momentum. Option two is you hire the experts. You partner with a specialized team that lives and breathes this stuff, and you let them guide you through the whole process from start to finish. So look, the takeaway here is pretty clear. While your competitors are out there chasing hype and failing, there is a proven, process-driven path to success. The only question left is, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to join the 5%?